Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our Christmas Q&A video with your host, a man who wishes he was as popular as Santa Claus, Steven!
Oh, ho, 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 I forgot how to laugh. Hey everyone, it's Steven from Tostemac, and just like our emoji AI said, it's time for our Christmas Q&A video, where you, the audience, submit questions, and I give you my answer. So let's get to it. Our first question is from... Oh wait, I just realized I forgot something. Hold on. Where is the bloody thing? Ah, here it is. I forgot. So, our first question comes from Vicky Denise. She asks, how do you learn your social cues? That's actually a good question for autism related. Well, for me, I've had plenty of opportunities given to me, like speech therapist, special ed classes, personal aides to follow me through grade school, even though I found that really annoying from middle school until near the beginning of high school where I stopped having an aide. But honestly, the best teacher I ever had for social cues is real life experience. You see, back when I was a freelance photographer with the Umbrella Syndicate, I got exposed to all sorts of environments. We're talking wine festivals, fundraisers, dog shows. That was pretty scary for me at first. Then there was like concerts and anime conventions, even the one time where I attended a fundraising event for kidney health where they had to rappel down from the top of a hotel all the way down to the 5th floor from the outside. That was a real test of my vertigo back then. But because I got exposed to those different environments, I got to do a lot of trial and error, like how do people act in certain settings, what works, what doesn't work, what jokes not to say, stuff like that. And I'd like to think it's because of those experiences that I was able to become the man I am today. So if I were to give any advice, of course, go for the speech therapist and teachers and special ed classes if you need them and whatnot, but honestly, there's no better teacher than real life. Just go out there, see what there is to experience, see what there is to learn. That's the best advice I can give for this question. Thanks. Our second question comes from Sharon Starkey. If I mispronounce the name, I apologize in advance. She writes, how about the best way to deal with friends and family that don't understand autism behaviors during the holidays? Now, that's a really good one. Honestly, the best thing to do is just let the friends and family know in advance. The sooner you let them know, the more time they have to process the information and figure out what accommodations need to be made, like dimming down the lights or lowering the volume on the music and so on and so forth. If they just find out the day of, they're not going to know what to do, and odds are they may make a couple mistakes. But if you let them know in advance, you give them time to process the information and understand what autism really means and what it means to have an autistic child or an autistic friend. So best advice I can give advance notice. Oh, and for the other question you have about how can I keep my sanity during Christmas break with the kids out of school? You're on your own with that one. Good luck! Next up, we have Nicole Cutant. Again, if I mispronounce the name, I apologize. She writes, I'd love to have some sensory-friendly Christmas toy ideas for sensory seekers. Actually, believe it or not, I actually did an autism video about this a while back in regards of talking about what toys would be great ideas for autistic toddlers or autistic kids, autistic teenagers, so on and so forth. So, if you haven't seen that video already, click a link on the info card right here and it'll take you right to the video. But to give you some ideas right now, let's see, there's some weighted stuffed teddy bears, like the giant stuffed puppies or giant stuffed teddy bears because some kids like the extra weight. Other ideas would be like the wiggly balls where if you turn it on, it actually vibrates in your hand for those that like vibration. There's also like texture kits, nightlight stuff, and a bunch of other things. In fact, If you click a link on the website in the description down below, you'll get access to a whole list of toys that are designed for those with autism, and you can actually purchase them on that website too. I highly recommend it. Here's one from Linda Jones. She writes, "Can gifts be opened in private? Audi reactions are typically not what neurotypicals expect to see for whatever reason, and there is tremendous pressure put on people to see their reaction to a gift. Take away the stress, take away the pressure. Either have your Audi's gift unwrapped, open, and just in a pile for them to discover privately when they wake up, or figure out the best way that makes that Audi feel calm, safe, and really happy to get a gift instead of stressed, pressured, or forced to mask and act." Well, I do understand where you're coming from, really, I do. Like, there are some people like my younger brother and several others I know that have high anxiety and may not do too well in front of like a large group of people. So if the individual in question has like high anxiety or not good around a whole bunch of people at once, it's okay to open the gifts in private, or what you may want to do is, like, when the kid's deep asleep, have the gifts like maybe either right outside the door or maybe right next to the bedroom entrance. That way when the autistic kid in question wakes up, boom, there's the gifts right there. No pressure at all. However, I would like to recommend you try to open the gifts around other people at least once, because part of the Christmas tradition of exchanging gifts is seeing the reaction to said gifts. After all, it's not just the gift, but also the thoughts that count as well. When we give a gift that we think really nailed it, we'd like to see their face light up and go, ooh, or simply laugh their butts off if it's a joke gift. But it's all part of the fun of exchanging those Christmas gifts. But if the autistic in question isn't able to handle that, I understand. I'm not going to fault you for that. If you want to open them in private, go right ahead. But at the very least, try doing the gifts exchange around other people at least once and see what you think. So thanks for the question. And here's one from Suzanne Wolf, and she... Wait a minute. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh, right, of course. Suzanne Wolf is one of the people in charge of the Project Peace program here in Colorado for autistics. For those who haven't heard of this organization already, I left a link in the description down below where it'll take you to the website for the Project Peace program. I highly recommend checking it out. So, she writes, "What does Christmas mean to you?" Now this is a very good question, as Christmas means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I mean, heck, back when it first started out, it was just an excuse to party and nothing more, but I digress. For me, though, Christmas means spending time with your loved ones, your friends, your families, spending those precious times together, either watching a movie, maybe watching a sports game, playing video games, just exchanging gifts, singing songs, whatever. As long as you're with friends and family, I feel like that's what Christmas is all about. And trust me, it may seem natural at our very young age and during childhood to be with our friends and families every single day, but trust me, when you get into the adult world, when you start having a full-time job, having bills to pay, or going to events, you'll find that those precious moments with friends and family are few and far in between. So you gotta take those precious moments whenever you can. Our final question of the day comes from Kylie Matthews. She writes, "Why is Christmas a family time? Why are such a large proportion of the community left alone and depressed at this time? Why don't families invite their single friends to their celebration? I know if I had a family, I would invite any friends who, like I am now, will be completely alone. Not just for the day, but for most of this horrid time of year." Ooh. Wow. That's pretty deep. And whether we like to believe it or not, there are those who don't have anyone else to spend Christmas with, and it's rather sad. But while I myself think that Christmas is about being with family and whatnot, it doesn't necessarily have to apply to everybody. There's no right or wrong way to celebrate Christmas, just do it. So if you feel like inviting friends or relatives or maybe college roommates or whatnot that don't have anyone else to celebrate Christmas with, by all means, go right ahead. In fact, believe it or not, back when my family used to live in Maryland, we would invite friends all the time because when we moved from California to Maryland, we didn't have that many relatives in Maryland, if any, really. So the closest we ever got to the big family get-togethers was just inviting friends from school, from Boy Scouts, Ventures crew, basically anyone we knew. So I can understand some of the depression and loneliness during Christmas time, but I really had to think about this. In my mind, no one should ever have to celebrate Christmas alone or have to be alone during the holidays. So, if you know someone who is alone or not having anyone to celebrate the holidays with, do everyone a favor, like yourself and them. Invite them over. Have them celebrate Christmas with you. Share the love. Let the love go all around the world and whatnot. Trust me, it feels great. And thank you so much for the question. That's probably the deepest question I ever got in a Q&A video. Really, it is. Well, that's about it. That's all the questions we have for our Christmas Q&A video. Special thanks to those who submitted questions for this video. It was a lot of fun to make this, but what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with what I said? Maybe there was a question you'd like to have answered that I didn't get to? Let us know in the comments section below and let's start a conversation here. And on that note, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Tostemac to stay up to date in our latest videos. And again, thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, Merry Christmas.